Hello, you gorgeous creatures. You other, however many there are there. Can I just have a quick minute? I'm on break. Of course I am. Yes, this is a different video. Same great girl, same dirty clothes. We all do it. Settle down. Okay, settle down. And if anybody enjoys doing laundry more than I do, you're more than welcome to pick up my laundry, and I wear different clothes every day to get dirty. But anyway, let's talk about what I'm here for. So, as some of you probably gathered, and I know you have because I read my comments, I'm pretty, sometimes I can be fairly aggressive on my channel. It is my mental illness, shall we say. When I feel very passionately about something, I'm very animated in my world. Like in my real life, I am a very animated person. With that being said, when I view a channel for commentary, I always make sure that I put that person's channel name in, show some love myself by supporting, and I ask that you do the same thing. Unfortunately, the world is filled with fucked up people, and they like to target how foul I can be. I'm a lot of things. Foul just happens to be one of them. It is directed at, it's beautiful. I'm sorry, you guys. It is absolutely stunning outside. It's white here. It's snowing. It's a lot of snow, but it's them little tiny snowflakes. And I'm right by the river. It's absolutely beautiful. Day's work. Anyway, I put out a video yesterday to Authentically Shanny, who I believe is probably, for me anyway, the worst of the worst. Outside of pedophiles, obviously, YouTuber, creator, human being that there can be, for my own personal reasons. I have a ex-boyfriend who is dying of MS right now. Every single human being is born with the cancer gene. She thinks she's special in that. Of course, every single one of us, I am positive on that, has been inflicted with somebody passing away from cancer. So the things that she says are atrocious to me, and I go hard for that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try a different approach today, if you don't mind. I am not saying that I'm not going to throw off a few F-bombs here and there. Kind of goes with my territory here. So let's begin so I can go back to doing my job. Anyway. Shanny, Authentically Shanny, change your name for one thing. There is nothing authentic about you, and I'm saying this with all the kindness that I can muster up. You are probably the least authentic person that I've ever encountered. And at my perfect age, which God has graced me so far to live this many years, you have got to be the phoniest individual I've ever met. And I've never met you personally, but I think, I'm going to say, as a creator myself, what you see little snippets of on here isn't exactly our life. I don't necessarily agree with that. This is how I am as soon as I turn this camera off. As a matter of fact, I'm way louder, I'm way more animated, and I move way faster. So I'm going to say this to you, Shanny. I asked you yesterday, you put your kids in foster care, which I think they're humming by everywhere. Atrocious. You put your kids out. They're piranhas out there, and you literally dangled your kids to be subjected to the thing that you're coming on YouTube spewing that you know so much about. It's an oxymoron. It's like jumbo shrimp, toothbrush. It just doesn't make sense. So let me say this. I do not believe that unless you and Walking Stick, your non-husband husband, have a suicide pact, you guys won't be together forever. Here's what you will have forever: 2 children. There's a song by Harry Chapin called Cats in the Cradle. Is that my hair? Oh, never mind. I listen to the Ugly Kid Joe version. I like them both. I used to say this to my ex when he would just disappear for weeks or months on end, leaving me with a small child to fend for by myself. That I got this. There's nothing as a mother that is ever going to make me fold or bend, that she will always be my number one priority, and there's never anything that she is ever going to need. As a parent, and I'm sure 99% of the parents out here will agree, we will sacrifice our own lives for our children. You're a cop-out as a mother, if that's even a word that should be related to you. In my world, no, absolutely not. And I'm only saying that because of the struggles that I went through to be called a mom. One day, Walking Stick is going to have enough of your lies, your bullshit, and just your plain old filth, and he's going to walk. And I'm hoping it's before Uncle Tom dips and leaves him another inheritance, which I believe is why you're sticking around. Hey, collect your bag any way you want, but you're just weak. You are just weak. One day you're going to be all alone, since you've disgraced your parents who have passed on. You have isolated the other family members because you're a liar, and you're going to be alone, and you're going to be obese. And you're going to beg for those boys to call you because you're lonely. And all I can think of is cats in the cradle. You weren't there for me when I needed you the most, AKA Walking Stick. When the boy got a smack down by your choice of men, that should have been enough. That should have been a deal breaker right there. And hopefully for most women that would be a deal breaker. Now I do understand that there's situations. I do understand that, and I'm not talking about those situations. I know, Shanny, that you've got nowhere to go, but that's your own fault. I remember having to leave my son behind after being in an abusive relationship and sleeping in my car so that I could very quickly set something up. He was fine, I wasn't fine. And him seeing what was going on wasn't fine. I slept in my car. I worked atrocious amount of hours. I got this dingy, disgusting little apartment. I picked up furniture off the street, and I made a way. Yeah, I don't weigh 600 pounds. You do. That is your fault. Listen, at the end of the day, it could be a thyroid problem. I don't know. But because you lie so much, nobody would believe anything that you say. You're the boy that cried wolf. One day you're going to cry because you desperately need something and nobody's going to listen to you. And again, there's nobody to blame but yourself. You are an embarrassment as a woman. What is on the internet is so secondhand embarrassing and cringy that I can only get so far in because it irritates me so much that I know that I'm oh my God. Do you know what this is? In my world, that's like gold. An empty bucket, no, it's not a bathroom. We have bathrooms for mixing our mud, whatever it is. You've done this to yourself. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You're lazy. If you would I'm not 600 pounds, but what I am is somebody who also suffers from severe health issues. One being that I should not be doing this type of work because of how heavy it is. That's neither here nor there to me. I could walk outside and get smoked by a bus. This is what I love doing. It's what pays my bills. It still helps me raise my now adult child. You are, for lack of a better term, an ingrate. Preaching about God. God literally is he's talking to you both clearly that you're mocking him. You're never going to come out on the good end of this stick, mocking Jesus. Pretending to be something, representing him, but playing in the devil's playground is never a good option. I don't see how that's ever going to turn out well. So listen, I'm pretty sure that you Google your name just like Cornfed does, because you are so desperate to try and be something to somebody or someone to something that it just doesn't stop. There's no excuses for anything in this world except the ones that you put inside your own brain. You have no drive, you have no determination, you've got no willpower, you've got nothing. You're like literally a massive empty vessel of nothing but misery, pity, and excuses. Same with your non-husband husband. He's worried he'd hurt somebody. Buddy, listen, we're all worried we hurt somebody, okay? You're not alone there. Because I'm a female, it doesn't matter what I am. I just happen to be that female that would die trying, that would get beat to a pulp just to not prove a point, but prove a point to myself. So that's weak. And as I said, take up a job where you're nothing. I mean, you are nothing. You're 140 pounds. That's disgusting. I mean, how you have even lower self-esteem than that warthog that you got there. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to be kind, but it just infuriates me so much. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it here. It's been 11 minutes. I think that's a pretty good chat. I call you double wide. I think warthog might be a little too severe. So we'll leave it at double wide. You deserve that because that's what you've done to the vessel that God gave you to walk through this earth and be something positive with. Your anorexic boyfriend there, like used to, you can argue the internet until you're blue in the fucking face. But you can't deny our eyes don't see what we see. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that you are getting all of the food and he is getting none. It would be such an easy fix if I was in that household. Get it yourself, do it yourself. That's the way it would be. But unfortunately, let's stick to the program. Your children probably are in a very scary situation right now. I am going to hope and pray that they have been adopted by a loving family, and it's not what I think that it is, that they are together, and that when you're old and needing assistance outside of that little walking stick that you call a boyfriend is long gone, that they refuse your phone calls. Cats in the cradle, they're double-eyed. All right, you gorgeous creatures, you're a blessing to me. This entire snow globe that we live under. And don't let any motherfucker tell you any different. They are absolutely fucking wrong. I'm going to go back to listen to this. It sounds like this almost on every single floor. It's almost like it's still Christmas holidays here. It's still a lot of missing people. It's just very calm and quiet here, so I'm sure the Walmart community is not going to be happy that I'm not raging right now. But I'll get there. I'm sure it's still really early in the morning. And there's still a lot of things I can think about. Okay, you gorgeous creatures. This girl is going back to work, and we will talk again soon.